Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Balls, the return of the MAXFLI. Never thought I'd see the day in England.
Well, we've not really, have we?
No, we haven't. The ball, we can't really find it in the UK, not for a reasonable price, but in the US they're coming in at
$34.99.
correct, which is around
including
about...
tax or plus tax?
Ooh,
because they get you in America with that, don't they?
very good question. Comment below. But yeah, coming in around about £28.
Mine's scuffed already. We've only played a few holes.
A little bit of a scuff, maybe from the par 3 here, and I've also found a Marcel.
You've not? I'm not seeing it.
I found a seam on my golf ball, something you don't find in premium balls. Maybe James hasn't got one on his, but I've certainly found it. But anyway, most of the point, good value golf ball, 4-piece construction. We haven't yet cracked one open, which we will be having a look at, obviously, that. It does say lower spin off the drivers, more spin around the greens, exactly what
everything you want. It doesn't claim ball speed, which I quite like.
Yeah, it doesn't claim, yeah, it's also another tour ball though, Tour X, which is, like we've always discussed, it always seems to be the word they use. But we're going to compare this now again to the Pro V1, so we're around the edge of the green, we're going to see, again, which is the more dominant ball, which one gets us closer. Does it sound the same, does it feel the same? It is the X.
Already with the hit-ups, the Pro V1 for me feels softer than the Tour X. It just feels like a little bit firmer, which I don't particularly mind. It feels more like probably a TP5X maybe.
Or a Pro V1X.
Yeah.
Again, a little bit more clicky.
Right, we're just going nearest wins, yeah?
We're going nearest wins. Great shot.
That was a MAXFLI. It just acts exactly how you kind of want it to act. It's going to get you that spin. It feels good enough round the greens. I'm almost trying to play a little bit of a higher shot as well, just to really test these balls.
Debatable about the higher. But a good shot there with the Pro V1.
Yeah, I can't really tell a difference there, to be blunt.
MAXFLI first. So I'm going to again use the dreaded 60 degree here to try and get some loft, see how it lands.
I went 56.
Can I control it?
Oh. Ooh, gone for the slam dunk.
A lot of spin on that one there, so did check up nicely there with loft, so you can see we can get a bit of purchase on the golf ball. Cracking word, that's a word.
That was a lovely word.
That's a word you would use there.
Purchase.
Yeah. Bit of purchase. So Pro V1 now.
Oh, that's delightful.
So,
go on. I think I might have won that with my little duff, you know.
Let's have a look. It could
purchase isn't a word that I would expect Chris to use. He never purchases anything in his life.
This is very true.
And that's 1-0 to me.
1 up to you. I don't even need to count it out. So the Pro Vs were the closest there. We did use the MAXFLI first, so we'll switch it round now. We'll go out of the, should we go out of the rough down there? See how it reacts up on the green?
So both European covers, aren't they? So it shouldn't change too much.
Yeah, it shouldn't change too much, but it does state on the MAXFLI that it is looking at a mid to high trajectory, so it, you know, it's being a bit honest with it, what kind of flight you're trying to see. A lot of other golf balls just say it's low spinning, so it should, well, it's low spinning but might come out high, but again, that's hard to understand for the majority of players. So.
Pro V1 first this time. Land it up to the right, couple of checks, and just release down.
Really checked up on that second bounce. It's a good shot.
So I'll be interested if I can recreate that shot out of a similar lie. That's quite a similar lie. There was a little bit of grass between the ball, but it's dry, so it doesn't affect the spin too much. Yeah, that popped up higher, didn't it?
Yeah, which it did say that it would do a little bit, but both great shots there. Going to be tough to beat.
Great shots. Feeling all right?
Well, you've chose the correct club, so I'm trying to praise you. You've actually done the right thing. So, which one am I going first?
I went Pro V1 first.
Okay, let's go Pro V first then. Again, like James said here, the grass is not wet, it's very wispy here, so we still should be able to get good contact and good spin here. So again with a 60 degree.
Oh, that took a horrible bounce for you.
Horrible bounce, it needs to go a little bit further, but I'll play this one as it lies.
That was a better one.
Let's try in. Then there again, you can see 60 degree, terrible golf club. Not the club for this shot. You can see James has gone 2-0 up there. We're going to play now off a tighter lie, and then we're going to finish in a bunker to see if I can square it up.
I'll give you the honour this time, Chris. Try and set the precedent. Would you like to use my 56 degree?
No, I'm going to continue with the theme. I will try and beat you.
Do you know what the
this
definition
club.
of insanity is? Making the same mistake over and over and over again.
Well, James, you've been making it for years. Right, so let's get back of the stance, a little bit taller with the shaft. Let's see what we can do. Get it launching.
Oh, that had loads of spin on it.
Loads of spin, and that was the 4-piece MAXFLI. I've called it all names today. MAXFLI.
Yeah. Lots of purchase on that one.
Lots of purchase. Right, Pro V now. Oh, did launch a bit higher.
I see what you mean now about that club.
That was more me. Returning the club, the 60, to play that shot 2 times in a row is not the easiest, and that is a prime example. Oh, too much purchase.
That stopped dead, didn't it? It wasn't long enough swing. That was the MAXFLI, and it did absolutely nip itself. Better. Oh, that one stopped as well. Into the wind there. Chris has won that one, and both those balls just absolutely stopped on a dime there.
The low 60 has a win. Right, we're not going to go into the bunker. We're actually going to hit a shot from further distance. So, like last week, what I want to do, hit one from around about 80 to 100 yards and see what kind of spin we get into the green, because that's a scoring shot. That's a shot that not many people like. So let's see if I can get level with that shot. Right, so I'm going to start with a Pro V1. We're going to alternate these shots. So
alternate, like family fortunes. You go, I go.
So James is going to know what he's got to beat at the end. But 80 yards here, I'm going to go. I've changed to the 56, so we're not using the dreaded 60. Pro V1 first.
That's a nice strike.
So good strike, landed, stopped pretty much instantly. One bounce and stop.
That was your Pro V1, was it?
That was the Pro V1. Done exactly what you'd expect there. Good strike off a good lie, and it stopped within a yard.
Interesting. Do you feel like you're getting a benefit using the Pro V1 here, or?
Good shot. We've both leaked them slightly out to the right.
Flag high.
A little bit of backspin. Right, now on to the 4-piece. And it is saying we're going to get a mid to high flight, so it'll be interesting here. We saw the flights on those 2 shots. Can we get this lower if we try?
Definitely lower. And chasing up as well.
So can get it to launch lower. Again, direction, muy mal.
What does that mean?
Very bad. However, did what it said, so it came in lower, it did skip on more, and then just released nicely. Let's launch lower.
Oh, that's gone long.
Gone a little bit long, so
Long.
trying to get it to launch lower has not necessarily been the way forward, especially for James. Well, let's have a look, let's see who's the closest up there. You can see there with the provisional, with the Pro V1. Landed here, and it's gone back around about 2 feet, so control like we'd expect. It has spun back a little bit. Same with James's, again just a little bit past here, and it has then spun back. We saw with the MAXFLI I landed it shorter, so it has landed back here and then it has released out. So a little bit of a different flight. It skipped on first and then ran to that distance. But for the price, 4-piece ball, you will get used to it. It is, well, it does sound a little bit more clicky compared to the Pro V1, but that's because it's the Tour X, the same as the Pro V1X is not a ball that I necessarily like too much just because of the sound, and you get the same with the TP5.
I think you almost get used to that. I think as soon as you play a couple of rounds with a golf ball, you get used to the feel of it, whereas if the performance is better and more beneficial, that obviously helps.
Yeah, so a great ball. Unfortunately, we can't get it in the UK, or me and James certainly can't find it, so thank you very much for sending these over. And just to confirm, it has got a seam on it.
It's not got a seam.
But guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again later in the week.
It has got a seam.